Fact or fiction? Welcome back to Fact or Fiction. This is day 19, and we're going to start off today with a training fact or fiction. Today's first question you're going to ponder to yourself. Men sweat more than women. Fact or fiction? Epic. Well, the answer is fact. Men not only just sweat more than women, but on average, men sweat 40% more than women. This number explains so much, especially when there's a time that Jess and I were in a sauna together. 20-minute sauna, 65 plus degrees. I was sweating balls. However, Jess was barely sweating at all. I remember at the end of the 20 minutes, she had this small condensation on her head. The slightest amount of sweat. And I am sitting in a pile of my own puddle of sweat. It was great. Fact or fiction? The majority of your life and its decisions are made up by habit. Fact or fiction? Do you live a rambunctious, spontaneous life, or you are a creature of routine and your own habit? What's the answer going to be? It's a fact. It's been proven that on average, most people's lives are dictated by 98% habit. 98! 2% of your life is not a habit. Now this has a lot to do with environmental factors. Environment is going to be the way that you're going to dictate your life. Generally, your habits, your routine is based on the environment you're living in. So if you eat chocolate, ice cream, stay up all night watching TV and get terrible sleep, that's generally a habit of your environment, not so much a habit of you. If you were to change that environment and let's say start hanging out with 5 physically fit athletes who go to bed by 7 o'clock, wake up after 8 to 10 hours of sleep, plus eat healthy and stay away from television, you're generally going to be turning into the 6th. So our habits dictate our life, but 98% of our habits are controlled by environment. So you want to change your habits, change your environment, and that's going to make you a better person. Number 3. Fact or fiction? Barbell hip thrusts activate our glutes more than any other movement. Is this a fact or a fiction? When you do those hip thrusts, do you feel your butt working? I know I do. But how much do you feel it working? Is it the most glute activating movement? The answer is fiction. Now this is going to be a subjective answer, as some people might feel like the barbell hip thrust is definitely a more active movement compared to some other movements that may not activate their hips as much. Of course, it's going to depend on lots of different variables: hip length, leg length, hip strength, the amount of weight on the bar, technique, lots of different variables. But on average, studies show that the movement that has the highest glute activation is a step up. And here's why. Butt exercises are indeed plentiful, and it's common for everyone to have their favorites. Mine include the traditional barbell hip thrust and the 45-degree hypers. There are also many claimed to be the best glute exercise. It really does, however, come down to what you enjoy and what works for you. But to put a bit of scientific data to it, here we have the latest review of Glute Max EMG, electromyography, research. This analysis takes 16 studies totaling 231 subjects and evaluates 24 exercises in which glute max activation was measured. Based on the analysis, the exercises were classified according to the level of glute max activation. And the exercises that were to come out on top would be the step up, the lateral step up, the diagonal step up, and the crossover step up. So pretty much any variation of a step up. Of course, this can be argued. The barbell hip thrust enables us to get way more weight on the bar, just like a squat or a sumo deadlift. Meaning more resistance technically means stronger glutes. But remember, glute activation was the word that we used. So, fact or fiction? Fiction that the glute hip thrust was the most glute activating movement. I hope you guys learned something today. Did you get all 3 right? Let me know in the comments down below. That's day 20 done. I hope you guys at home, as always, stay a beast.